Nigeria continues diplomatic moves on the international stage as President Tinubu attends G20 summit in India. The renewed hope agenda gains more ground in Osun State, plus more stories on technology, security. It's a bumper package on Panorama today. I am Frama Pani. The AIT Port Harcourt Regional Office mast has just been pulled down with transmitting house destroyed by officials working for Rivers State government. This has resulted in total shutdown of operations at the station. The Rivers State government had fenced out the transmitting hall and the mast out of the premises in its move to allegedly reclaim government land, which is subsequently marked for development of GRA Phase 5. Acting regional head of the station in Port Harcourt, Ekoiko Anthony, said some officials acting on the orders of the authorities above came in the early morning on Sunday, informing them that they were on instruction to bring down the mast and the transmitting hall. This, he said, led to the disruption of operations at the station since 1 p.m. on Sunday. Anthony noted that the immediate past government had demarcated the land where AIT is located and fenced the transmitting hall and the marks out. And President Bola Tinubu will depart Abuja today to attend the G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi, India, on special invitation of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. On the sidelines of the summit, the president will participate and deliver keynote addresses at both the Nigeria-India Presidential Roundtable and the Nigeria-India Business Conference, to be attended by leading Indian and Nigerian industrialists and senior government officials from both countries. President Tinubu aims to leverage on this platform to attract global capital and promote increased foreign direct investment in key labor-intensive sectors in Nigeria's economy for job creation and revenue expansion, highlighting Nigeria's potential as an investment destination, specifically outlining government's cross-sectoral reforms. The president's itinerary will also feature bilateral meetings with world leaders from 4 different continents. And the Renewed Hope initiative by Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, is fast gaining ground in Osun State. This is following the empowerment and education of local farmers, especially women, on how to grow the nation's economy. Annie Daniels has details.
Gathered in this hall are wives of Osun State Local Government Area Council Chairman. They have come to partake of the milk of kindness of wife of Nigeria's President, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, whose dream is to see women contribute their quota to nation building. Her message to these grassroots women was delivered by wife of the Osun State Governor, Titilola Adeleke. Health, education and agriculture are among areas of interest by the First Lady.
We mothers, we need to watch where our environment is short. So maybe they've gone round to give the net, but I will still come to the local government. But I want you, those that have received the net, please sleep under it so that you won't be infected with malaria parasites.
The wives of this local government chairman, they should go back to their various local governments, their various communities, and encourage women to go into agriculture. Also, in the area of education, she has allotted some money to be given to students as free money for them, like scholarship money.
She's ready to give us fertilizer. She's ready to give us loan.
Matching words with action, farmers in Osun State are sure they will contribute to the growth of the nation's economy. In Osogbo, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Nigeria's journey to good governance must begin from primary and secondary school levels with focus on value reorientation. This is the position of scholars on good governance at 2-day capacity development training on post-election good governance and dividends of democracy in Nigeria, jointly organized by the House of Representatives and Brick Mount Concept Services in Abuja. They believe that what Nigeria needs is a generational change of mindset, and everyone must see himself as a leader.
In aspect of good governance, if we must get it right, public servants must live up to this petition. Number one, they should remember that the work we are doing is not just only for now, and that is for our children. Therefore, we must learn to do what is right. We must learn to be accountable. We must learn to put in our best at every point in time. Let us not cut corner and support those who want to defraud the federal government, who want to defraud the government.
The literacy level for ICT in Nigeria is very low, still low. So we should be able to pick and choose. Like, for example, some organizations have really embarked on using ICT, VIO, JAMB. So maybe gradually, from time to time. We cannot do it full swoop the way the Western world has done it.
With participants from federal government agencies was surrounded with presentations of certificates of participation. Now, nearly 300 children have been equipped with digital skills by the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, in a quest to build up future innovators and digital technology entrepreneurs that will shape the nation's digital economy landscape. The children gained knowledge on artificial intelligence and robotics, coding of internet, 3D designs, and virtual reality.
Drone was my favorite class though. We learned drones, we learned Arduino, we learned how to fix wires and stuff. I want to become a civil engineer, but I also link it to communication.
When I grew up, I want to study robotics, so now it has given me like an example now. I know what it entails.
You have acquired these skills. It is also incumbent on you to explore and to continue to use them. What you have learned is just a foundation. You know, the digital economy itself and the digital space and internet is also open to everyone. But one thing is very clear: you must be a responsive use of the internet.
Camp for Kids took place simultaneously in the Federal Capital Territory, Jigawa, and Rivers states. The Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency, NEMSA, has assured electricity consumers with prepaid meters that their purchased units will not be lost due to the ongoing process of meter upgrade by electricity distribution companies. Managing Director of NEMSA and Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, Aliyu Tukur Tahir, in a statement states that prepaid meters upgrading by means of token identifier rollover will not lead to loss of units, but stresses that the token identifier is in standard transfer specification complaint format that identifies the date and time of the token generation to determine if a token has already been used in a prepaid meter, and meter manufacturers will be required to change their production processes in order to cater for the new manufacturing hardware secure models. The Blue Line project is a 27-kilometer railroad designed to run from Okokomaiko eastward to Mile 2 and then proceed to Marina via Ijora in Lagos. The 5 stations have been completed with 13 kilometers of the rail tracks laid in the first phase. Phase 1 of the Blue Line is 13 kilometers long with 5 stations: Marina National Theatre, Orile, Suru, Alaba, Mile 2, while Phase 2 will extend the line to 27 kilometers. The first phase will transport 250,000 passengers daily. Now, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has flagged off the initiative. Being the first passenger on the train, he encouraged passengers to avail themselves the opportunity to take train rides at affordable fares. At this point, we'll join Musa Toilet to tell us more about the Blue Light Rail project. Musa, good afternoon.
All right, thank you very much, studio. Yes, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was here earlier to flag up the full commercial service for the Blue Line. Now, this Blue Line is expected to move an average of 1,500 or even 2,000 passengers. Being a metro line, it can take as many as possible. Now, the blue line is affordable. It has been made affordable. Also, the governor has actually given 50% discount as palliative in transport sector. So it affects the blue line as well. So today, passengers have been enjoying the ride at that affordable rate. But I have with me here the head corporate communications of Lagos State Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata. They are the regulators of the blue line. I have Mr. Kolawole Ojelabi here to shed more light on the operation of the blue line. Mr. Ojelabi, you're welcome on the
Thank you very much.
Panorama. Okay, let's talk about the affordability now. Governor has slashed 50% from this. Now, from one station to the other, how affordable is it still going to be? Because from Marina to Maitu is actually slashed 50%. Does it affect other stations?
Yes, it does. From Marina all the way to Maitu, the fare is 750 naira. So if we're talking about 50% reduction, we're saying that the fare will cost 375 naira. From station to station, for instance, from Marina to National Theatre, it's 200 naira. And so because of the discount, so passengers will pay only 100 naira.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the safety measures put in place. What do you would need to know about, the safety measures while boarding the blue line?
Well, in terms of safety, the train itself is safe. And on the platform, we have an extent to which passengers can move. We have what is called tactile pavement. It's a yellowish kind of line. You don't go beyond that line. And when the train gets to the station, you allow those on the train to alight first before you go on the train. And we have also said that on the train, we will not allow eating or drinking. Because, the train is powered by electricity. And water can conduct electric current. So we don't want anybody to get electrocuted on the train. So when you're on the train, you don't eat, you don't drink.
All right, thank you very much. It's nice talking to you. And I've been talking to the head corporate communications of Lamata, the operators of the blue line. It's over to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Musa Toilet. Now, you're still watching Panorama. We'll take a short break. We'll be back.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, reports just reaching us says Presidential Election Petition Court to deliver verdicts on petitions of Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi and Allied People's Movement challenging the declaration and return of President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday, 6th September 2023. The Ministry of Solid Minerals says it will set up what it calls the Nigeria Mining Corporation, NSMC. This, according to the ministry, is in line with the federal government's economic initiatives to revamp the economy and grow the country's gross domestic product. Charles Alpha reports.
Reports show that the Nigerian mining sector contributed only a fraction of about 4 to 6% of the GDP in the 60s and 70s, with solid minerals import rising from over 23 to about 43 billion naira of iron ore and calcium sulfate between 2021 and 2022. Presently, its contribution to the gross domestic product stands at 2%. The sector is, however, adjudged the next big gold mine for Nigeria if fully tapped. The Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Alake, in an attempt to rewrite this story and make the sector attractive for foreign investors, rolled out a 7-point transformation agenda to include the establishment of the Nigeria Solid Mineral Corporation, open a joint venture with multinationals, and have adequate data of specific priority minerals.
If we do not deliberately diversify the economy away from oil into non-oil exports, Nigeria will be in dire straits.
The minister believes the sector has been plagued by lots of challenges over the years and remain confident the ministry will deliver on the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu.
So today, this press conference is to further that initiative, that fundamental economic initiative of President Bola Tinubu, in revamping it, rejuvenating it, reinvigorating it into becoming the next most significant contributor to the gross domestic product.
Nigeria has about 44 mineral deposits across 500 locations capable of improving the lots of Nigerians and boosting the economy. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
The 2023 Film Festival in Lagos is aimed at catching them young, as well as providing platform to engage seasoned professionals while acquiring knowledge. Thus, creative entrepreneurs believe will help in no small measure to establish a sustainable path in upscaling the contribution of the industry to national development. The report.
The creative industry in Nigeria is no doubt a global phenomenon, thanks to the doggedness of content providers, but there is a lot more to be done by practitioners for the sector to reach its zenith. This was revealed at the 2023 Lagos International Film Festival with the theme, Beyond Convergence, the Imperatives of Partnerships. With the emergence of technology and the changes that come with the way content is created, distributed, and consumed, it is important for content creators to equip themselves by developing partnership across the value chain and ecosystem.
This is also why you find out that artists enjoy a very golden age, and then at the end they die in penury.
Features at the event were panel sessions.
So they need to create standards that nobody can derogate from. And if you derogate from it, there should be consequences.
The objective is to protect creators and make sure they get a just remuneration for their works.
You should not either deliberately or inadvertently encourage drug abuse or trafficking.
Instead of the infighting that we always hear about, so that everybody can come together so that the industry can be effectively regulated.
Stakeholders alluded to the fact that the festival has broadened their horizon.
And then encouraging us on how to leverage on the availabilities of what the federal government is doing to help and better the creative space.
I see the generation next of filmmakers here. They know that filmmaking is not just all about the glitz and glamour.
We've learned the aspect of discipline being part of the theatre.
This Lagos International Film Festival has no doubt opened the eyes of movie producers, young and upcoming content creators, as well as actors. Adeola Komiakere, NTA News.
And in Cross River, the state government is assuring investors of secure and enabling environment to facilitate ease of doing business for economic growth. The State Deputy Governor, Peter Ode, gave the assurance at the end of a two-day International Cooperation and Investment Summit held in Calabar. Justina Etim reports.
It was an expository moment as foreign and local investors converged to fashion out ways leveraging on the natural endowments of Cross River states to facilitate investments in pursuance of the state's development agenda.
A major impact of every infrastructure project is the opportunity for job creation, economic empowerment, and improvement of the quality of life for the citizens.
Deputy Governor of Cross River State, Peter Ode, promised that the state's government will cut down the cost of doing business to woo investors.
We don't only want Cross River State to have the tap.
of come, feel at home, and relax. Cross River State should be a place where you need to come, do business, and you relax.
Farmers in Nigeria now can grow cassava with zero weeding. You never have to take the hoe out to the field and do any weeding.
So today, I want to introduce how we are able to market GST motor in Nigeria from nobody to somebody in the next 8 or 9 years.
It is expected that the state government will utilize measures proposed in the summit to set Cross River states on the pedestal of economic development. Justina Etam, NTA News.
Relief has come the way of 33 family members of the vigilante group of Nigeria who lost their lives in the fight against insurgency in Katsina State. Reports say the Katsina State government has disbursed 20 million naira to those families in what it says is in fulfillment of campaign promises made by Governor Diko Umaru Rada. Awal Haliro reports.
Some of the beneficiaries received the sum of 500,000 naira cash from the state government. A total of 15 members of the vigilante group who sustained injuries while discharging their duties were given 250,000 naira each. Katsina State Governor Malam Duko Umaru Rada, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the state, Abdullahi Garba Faskari, said the cash support program was part of campaign promises.
And currently, there are about 20 number security personnel in various hospitals. The government is taking care of all their bills and the necessary support. And not only that, there are other security arrangements, and they will be unfolded by His Excellency the Governor himself.
Similarly, the sum of 1 million naira cash was given to the families of one Lance Corporal with the Nigerian Army who lost his life in the line of duty. A police inspector who also sustained injury received 250,000 naira cash.
We have adopted another measure, that is to take care of any person who has a gunshot, and even including rape cases.
This has really motivated and encouraged our activity.
Emir of Katsina Abdulmumini Kabur Usman, in a message, appealed to the state government to expand the program to take care of more victims. In Katsina, Awal Haleru, NTA News.
Now, let's join Suleiman Musa for the latest in the world of sports.
Minister of Sports Development Senator John Eno has stressed the need to provide proper welfare packages and insurance coverage for athletes in a bid to assist them perform at optimal levels. The minister particularly expressed concerns over the state of health of retired sportsmen and women, stating that proper planning and long-lasting policies are needed to stem the tide of ill health amongst retired athletes. The Nigerian Football Federation and Jose Peseiro has reached an agreement for Peseiro to continue in his role as head coach of the senior men national team, the Super Eagles. As stipulated in the original contract drawn in May 2022, the Portuguese has been handed the mandate to lead the Super Eagles to at least semi-finals of the 34th Africa Cup of Nations finals taking place in Cote d'Ivoire in a few months. Peseiro has steered the Super Eagles through the qualifiers to pick the ticket with a match to spare. And to rugby now. Nigeria's quest to feature in the 2024 Olympic Games rugby event slated to hold in Paris, France, will begin on September 16 with the national team, the Black Stallions, facing Kenya, Zambia and Namibia in the Africa qualifiers in Zimbabwe this month. The Black Stallions were paired to face the trial following the draw for the fixtures released by the Rugby Africa. The two-day qualifiers will hold from 16 to 17 September 2023. Nigeria has been placed in a dicey pool as the team bids to qualify for its first Olympics in history. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
And that does it on Panorama today. We thank you for being a part of it. Enjoy the rest of your day.
"24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can watch NTA International live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone.